Your Name, directed by Makoto Shinkai, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's a movie I just recently watched, and I want to say this is a really great movie. I don't know why it took so long for me to see this movie, but it's one of those that I've heard about quite a bit and just have never really got around to watching till now. And I know it's not a new release, but I really want to talk about it because this movie is really, really good. So, for those of you who have not seen it, it is about this boy and this girl who have met once before, and in the days leading up to a falling star, they end up switching 2 or 3 days a week. They body swap, and basically they can't remember each other's names, but they end up living in each other's bodies. And there are some neat little twists within the movie that I'm not going to spoil. This movie is really, really great. Of course, I want to first off talk about the animation. The animation is very, very well done. It is beautifully animated, and it's very, very funny. This movie was a lot funnier than I expected it to be. Of course, a lot of body swap movies are, but this one, I was literally laughing out loud, and one of my brothers who was sitting in the other room was wondering the whole time what the heck was going on. Also, I want to highlight, this has a very beautiful story also about how two people not knowing each other get to experience living in each other's shoes and also grow this love and respect, not just for each other, but for everybody around them and the different cultures. And it's a very beautiful story. And I honestly was getting very emotional towards the end of the movie. And there was a one point towards the very end, it really teased me so hard I was getting frustrated. But it's a very, very, very well done story. And really, especially when the twist comes in, it really threw me off. I didn't know what to expect. And they throw that at you. I'm like, oh, so we're in this type of movie now. But it didn't compromise what I watched before. One thing I will say that I was really hoping for in the movie was more time with the body swap. I think for me at the very beginning it threw me off because I was a little confused. It took me a little bit to get settled in. But once I did get settled in and the movie really took off, afterwards, it really had me. It was very interesting. It was very funny. It was very heartfelt. And the music really gives a very 21st century vibe to this movie. And it doesn't date it. It actually, I feel like the music actually makes it accessible to even a Western audience. And I kind of like that. Even for younger, this seems like a great movie, especially for those of like the teenage range. I think they'd enjoy it, but even adults I think could really enjoy this movie. This movie is very well done, has a beautiful story. The voice cast did a very great job. The captions in the movie, the English subtitles, don't really line up with the English voice acting. It kind of threw me off. But I figured that whenever I go to watch the Japanese dub for the movie, it will probably follow more in line and be just fine. But in terms of how accurate it is compared to the English dub, it's not exactly word for word. But anywho, this movie's great. If you guys are very interested in it, I definitely say give it a shot. Even if you're not like acclimated to anime like me, like I'm still dipping my toes into it, I think this is a very great starting off point. This is a great movie. I think for everybody who's into it, who's not into it, and is quite the ride, and is just a very beautiful love story and a very funny one too. So that's my recommendation for this week. I know it's not a new title. I don't get to see very many new titles, but I want to do this format where I just talk about a movie that I see recently. Next month, be on the lookout. I am going to try to review for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I've got that on the way. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course comment if you've got some other movies you want me to check out and talk about. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy this, And I thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you all in the next video.